Oh, good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Shall I try and be an American, or at least one of these English people who's copying Americans? Right, ready, watch this. Ready, watch. See, you rate me to see how well I do. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna be looking at one of these things on the floor down here. Because today is a very special day, because today it's raining, so today I'm stuck indoors. Actually, probably they wouldn't say indoors, they'd say inside, wouldn't they? Indoors is a bit of an English phrase, indoors. Would Americans say indoors? I don't know. Anyway, I want to have a look at that strimmer, but I've got this on the floor here. This is an electric trike that I've been repairing. I've got it repaired. Now I've just got to wait for a battery for it. I tested it with some of the other batteries that I've got laying around, and it works perfectly well now. The motor and everything works. I've just got to put it back together. The little gearbox is down there, see? All the little bolts and screws. Gearbox housing, other bits and bobs. Got to get that back together, and then that'll be ready to rock and roll. But I don't want to do that right now. I don't feel like it. You know what I'm like? I start one thing, and then I kind of leave it, and then move on to something different. I want to have a look at that strimmer, because I haven't looked at that properly yet, and I want to get that working properly. So let's have a look. But before I do that, I just, you know what I'm like, if I've got something that can be doing, like working in the meantime of me doing other things, I like to get them going. Does that make any sense? So let me, like, I've got these two radios here. I found them in the boot of my car, and I don't know whether they're any good anymore. They've run out of battery completely. They might be ruined for right now. This one's rattling quite a lot for some reason. I don't know if you can hear that, but I have to sound to that. I've got two chargers. I think that's the charger for one of them. That's charger for the other one. But I can't find the wires. I want to get them charging up while I'm messing around with that strimmer. You know what I mean? So it's in the background. It's doing things rather, because otherwise, if I mess around with the strimmer and then come do this, I've got a bit more time, haven't I? So let's have a look and see if I can find the wire for it. I don't know where they've gone. This one needs 10 volts at 500 milliamps, and the output is 8.4 volts at 500 milliamps, right? And this one needs an input of 10 volts DC, obviously, output 8.4, 400 milliamps. Well, I'm sure we can make do with the 500. I'll just see what I can find. I've got a drawer full of adapters. I say full of, it's not literally full of adapters, but we've got plenty of them in here. So I don't know what this one is. What's this one? This one is 9 volts DC. Oh, the output is 300 milliamps. Well, that wouldn't be much good, is it? What's this one? Is that 6 volts? Oh, 6 volts DC. That ain't no good. Need more than 6. What's this one? Oh, that's got the wrong connector on the end of it. Alright. This one. This one got one on it. That one might work. What was it? Is it that one? It was that one. Right, what's this one? Ah, it don't bloody say, does it? Oh, it does say. Right, okay. This one is... Can't read it through the screen, can I? Bloody hell. There we go. 12 volts, 1 amp. Blowed on 12. Well, that was a bit of a failure. I don't know what I would have done with the bloody the adapters. Right, this is going to bug me now, you lot. This is going to bug me somewhat. So, I've got this. This is like a shelf full of just random crap that I haven't yet got to sorting out. So let's have a look through it all. We've got some CB radios there. Look, we've got some stuff. I don't even know what's in that Caterpillar box. I don't even know what's behind the monkey. So this is like the side of it that I haven't got round to sorting out yet, and I don't really even know what's in here. So I dare say I'm going to get it out, put it out all on, you know, in order, and we'll see what we've got. And hopefully I might find some more stuff to sell. So here we go. Oh, to start with, we've got a couple of handheld CB radios. I can't have the handheld CBs now. I don't think they work. I took them with me on holiday once, and they stopped working halfway through. Right, so we've got patch leads. We'll put patch leads down there. Microphones. See, I'm going to be using any of this for a long time now, really. A couple of right, okay, a couple of PMRs. I think there's the charger for those PMRs. The batteries are a bit dicky on these. One of them, the battery's all right, and the other one don't last very long. But they're still all right. They're handy. I keep a couple of these just in case you go anywhere. You know, you can keep in contact with somebody. You know, if you give one to whoever, and in cars or whatever. You know, they're handy. All right, so I've had a little. We've got. Oh, that is. Look, we've got loads of miscellaneous. A little patch lead. Quite a long patch lead out of RG58 for some reason. I don't know why there's a long patch lead. Little patch lead. I like making patch leads, I did, for some reason, I don't know why. Oh look, we've got a little burner. A very dusty burner. I used to have that in a machine, in a bulldozer. That's why it's got the cigarette plug on the end of it, because it was easy to plug it in, see? So that was in a bulldozer once. Just a little speaker. Got a couple of speakers. Oh, hello, stuff's falling down. Look. Oh, these are little mats. Little mats go there. Got a couple of speakers, look. Soldered on, so we'll get them out of the way in a minute. Right, more patch leads. Patch leads out after patch leads. But I found a longer patch. I don't know why I had that one for. I think I had this one to go between a radio and an amp. I had a kilowatt amp, and I think that's what I used that for, because a bit thicker cable for a kilowatt. A little burner. This is that LEM that I tried to get working once, but never really. I can't remember what the problem was with that now. Alright, we've got a label maker. Oh no, a bit out of focus again. Label maker. I don't know if this one works. I'll have to test that out in a minute. I'll put that over here for the time being. Oh, right. Another patch lead. Look, we've got patch leads after patch leads again. Bloody hell, what's happening with? Right, we've got some miscellaneous sort of wires. Don't really know, that one's got well, this one's got a fuse on the end of it, look. Little plug. They come in handy, they do. I must have, because I've got one here that ain't got a fuse on it, so I must have fused that one. I must have been wanting to use it for something important. I don't know what I want to use it for. Oh look, little adapter thing for the old cigarette plugs, they're handy. You got two females there and a male. They're quite handy, they are. Use that one in the bulldozer as well, that was handy. So I put that there, a little adapters. What we got here? Another wire. Oh, this must be one for a CB. Oh, that one could be forwarded. I've got that one there. Alright, I'll put that with those wires for now. What we got? Another patch lead. God, bloody hell. We've got a lot of stuff in here. This one's an older one. Look at that patch lead. That's an old patch lead, that one. I don't know where that one would come from. I've got a couple of fans. Oh, bloody hell, another patch lead, look. God, patch leads and bloody hell. Right, a couple of fans. I've got a little switch on there, look, to make them variable. I know I had these. I had a Zetagi B550, and it would, had it all up rated. So instead of being 650 watts on SSB, it was 1050 watts. And on FM it would do something like 850 watts. It was pretty nice. It was a good amp, but it did get warm. So I had a couple of fans on there, with a little variable thing. So when I wanted to use it, I just, you know, whack the fans up, you know. That's why I had those. But no, I've sold that, I ain't got that no more. But the fans are handy. They're just a couple of computer fans, and one of the fins broke off once, so I glued it back on again. Yeah, so that's handy. I've got a couple of fans there now. God, bloody hell, what else we got? We've got loads of stuff. Oh look, I can see a Uni-Ace up there. What's that? It'd be a 300, wouldn't it, I think? Nice. Anyway, let's keep going. We've got a fair bit to get through up there. Right, so I've moved along somewhat. Let's update you to see what I found. I put those on charge, by the way. I just wanted to see what they're like now. I found a bag. I found some more microphones over there. What else have I found? A couple of soldering irons. I found a camcorder lurking around over there. I don't know why I would have put that up on the shelf. Usually these things get shelved up here. If, I don't know, just like if I just want to get them out of the way, I just stick them on this shelf. Why I would have wanted to get this out of the way, I don't know. I can't remember. I don't think it stopped working, but I honestly don't remember why I would have put that on the shelf. But anyway, it's a Sony camcorder, and I remember this was one of the ones that I used to use mainly. This was one of my primal camcorders that I used for making these videos. Whether I just shelved it up there because I bought a new one, I don't know. But I don't usually buy new things unless other things break. But I don't remember this breaking. So I'm going to plug this in, charge it up. It's run out of battery now. I've got some spare batteries actually. I'm going to charge it up and see what's wrong with it. And if there's nothing wrong with it, I'll just sell it. I don't have any use for it anymore. I've got 2 camcorders. But a lot of people probably won't use a camcorder anymore because they will use their phones now, don't they? See, I found a couple of radios. So far, there's more up there. We know that. I got one of these Kernel ones. It's a CB, and I found this. This is interesting. It's a Yaesu FT 1900. Very interesting. It's a 2-meter radio, that is. I think it works still. I bought this off a friend of mine at the time, Christian. He's a good chap, and I bought it because I wanted to go out mobile 2-metering, and I never did. I never did do it. And I got an aerial for it. Got 2-meter aerial, and I've even got a tripod to put the aerial on. So when I go out on the hills. The only thing, the reason I didn't actually go out and actually physically do it was because I never actually got around to getting any leisure batteries to power the radio. I wanted to go completely like out of the way on a hill somewhere, no car, like walk away from the car, put the tripod up, put the antenna up, and be completely reliant on battery power. But the leisure batteries were expensive and I couldn't afford them. So I managed to buy the radio and an antenna and a tripod, and then I stopped there, never went any further. So that's why that happened. And now I've just lost interest in that altogether, really. You know what it's like, don't you? Got an old speaker here, look. That came out of that radio there. I had a friend of mine from the radio, he repaired that to somewhat, and this is a speaker he took out of it, and he put a different speaker in it. So there's no way I've kept that, because it's no good. But there we go. Oh, some little sponges. That's for them soldering iron things. Some little sponges, look. Right, I'm not going to bore you lot with getting all this lot out. I'm going to get it all out, space it all out, and then we'll see what we found. This is an insight into the life of me. I start one bloody project and end up doing something different. I was going to look at that strimmer today. This video was going to be getting that strimmer running properly. And now I've ended up going through a shelf of rubbish to find 2 wired adapters to charge a couple of radios. For fuck's sake, you lot. Hey, what's it all about? Right, I better stop and keep you lot updated on what I've found so far. Otherwise I'll get ahead. And so I found 2 soldering iron stands. One's a Weller one, and the other one's just Chinese crap. I found a Weller soldering, whatever you'd call these. What do they call these? Pencil. Some people call them pencil. A torch. A hand. Whatever you want to call it. It's a fucking soldering iron. I have got the other end to it, like the actual PSU. I know where that is. I see it the other day. So I don't know why I separate them up. But unless this is a different handle, for some reason I might have an extra. I don't know actually. Well, I'll find that out. Anyway, I found that. I found some more heavy duty patch leads, RG213. Yep, that's that. Found them. Where else did I find? Oh yeah, I found a muff there with some spider webs in it. A Weller soldering iron, a gas powered soldering iron, and also this other one. It's also gas powered. Gas soldering iron, another one there. So I've got 2 soldering irons. I found a box to me radio. This is for the PMR radio that I was using. So I found a box to that. So I put that in the box. I found this box here. This box has got motorbikes in it. So I have to put them up on the shelf. I've got the stand for these. These are fucking old, about 20 odd years old probably. Must have been about 10 when I got these. And the other one is, oh, there's the other one. That one got strayed, and that's over there now. But I've got an actual proper shelf for them. So I'm going to put them on the shelf. It's got to find somewhere to put it. The missus don't want it indoors. She don't like motorbikes. She don't like displaying things or whatever. So I can't have it indoors. But I'd like to display it because my mum and dad bought them for me when I was young. There was like a collector's thing with magazines and that. So I'd like to put them up. Anyway, let's keep going. What else did I find? Oh yeah, I found this Zetagi Transmatch TM1000, which I've already managed to find a couple of buyers for. Actually, I've put that on eBay, and I've got one bid so far, and there's a few people watching, so potentially a couple of buyers there, so that's going to go at least. A bit gutted I had to use eBay though, because all the other places, no one was interested. So I put it on eBay. I don't like eBay because it's a bit of a fucking annoyance, because it's just idiots on eBay. But also, they charge you a fee, and I was waiting for the sell for £1 thing to come up, but I was getting impatient, so I just listed it. I'll have to just pay whatever the fees are. But yeah, so got bid for it so far, and let's carry on, you lot. And a little bag of resistors and things and bits and bobs. That's what come out of that radio over there. That when Mike fixed it. So don't know why I kept those. Why would I keep a bag of? They're not even any good. It's not as if I could. Oh, they might come in handy one day. They don't work. They're no good. That's why I took them out. So why have I kept them? I probably was because I wanted to keep them with the radio's authenticness. But why would I want to do that? What an idiot. See you later. Right, so I found a box. Don't know what's in the box. Let's have a look, see what's inside the box. It's always exciting when you find a box and you don't know what's inside the box. It's obviously a microphone of some description. Oh, okay. It's for, yeah, an M1. MH1, sorry. BB. Yeah, bought that for me 736R. I was looking for the microphone, a decent microphone for it, and so I bought one of these. I already had one though. I didn't realise what I was buying, to tell you the truth. So I've got two now, but the one I had was a bit rustier. This was was this a bad condition? Can't remember. Somewhere there is another one of these microphones. Don't know where it is, but I got two. I know that much. And then I come across the desktop microphone for it that I had to import from Japan. I found a bag of bits. What's got in it? Oh, it's got battery holders in it, light bulb holders. Look. That was for when I was going to start a little project. So I bought battery holders, light bulb holders, little mini light bulbs, all little sorts of things that you do on a little mini circuit as a little project. The idea was that I'd kill two birds with one stone with it. The idea being that I could do my little diagram thing to get me full license for ham radio, and also I could teach the kids how electric works, because you know it's a simple little circuit, 1.5 volt batteries, little light bulbs. I could teach my kids how electric works at the same time. So I was going to kill two birds with one stone. It made me feel a bit less guilty about spending that time and money on myself for getting the full license. I could also teach them things, because I always feel really guilty if I do something for myself instead of so I just try to do two things, help other people, help my kids out. It makes me feel a bit less guilty about it, but I never got around to doing it, so they're still in the packet. Typical. Everything I do, it never gets proper, always start it and never finish it. But anyway, that's that. So, and I also found this little bag. Don't know what's in the little bag. Ah, okay. That's for a multimeter. So we got a little temperature probe there for a multimeter. I know the multimeter, but the multimeter that this goes for blew up because I think I accidentally had it on the wrong setting once, and I went to test 240 volts and it went bang and loads of smoke come out of it, and that was the end of that. See you later. Alright, update. We found the manual for the DX5000. The Philips radio is here. I found for it, I must have found them printed off, or maybe Mike found them printed off, I don't know, the little user manual for it. So it tells you everything, tells you all kinds of information about it, circuit diagrams. So I'm going to get the stapler, staple the corners together and keep that with the radio. It works, 100% fully works now. It's tactily conditioned because that adds character to it. but it works 100%. He fixed it all up properly. So I don't know what to do with it. I really don't know what to do with it. I don't know whether to keep it, because then I'm trying to declutter. Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of clutter. But when it comes to things like this, it's old and it's been restored by a friend of mine at the time. I hadn't spoke to him for a long time. I still class him as a friend. I spoke to him for a long time. It's been on the radio, you know. And now I don't do radio anymore. I don't speak to him. So I restored it all. I've got the little manual for it. Do I try and sell it? Is anyone going to want to buy that? I can't see anybody want to buy that. That would be a very small market base, wouldn't it? Someone who's just a big fan of old Philips radios, really. I can't see anybody want, be like, oh look, that's a nice radio. I think I'll buy that. It's a very, very small customer base for those. But I don't know. I found a load of Radcom magazines, all Radcom. I was stupid enough to buy a subscription to them. Don't know why I done that for, but I did, and I stopped that a long time ago. But I found there's loads more magazines I've got up in the loft indoors, but I found these ones still. I found some drawings that my daughter done, and yeah, that's as far as we got so far. We'll keep going. Oh, don't forget the old the monkey, the sidekick. Bloody hell! Who remembers ITV Digital? You look on the old label. I was having a look at it a minute ago. Look, the old label there says 2001 ITV Digital PLC. Bloody hell! Manufactured by Animal Magic Amsterdam. Made in China though. God, why is everything? Even in 2001, everything was made in China. And there you go. Oh, little monkey. Hello. Right, let's carry on. Let's have we got some interesting goodies up in the back there. God, how can I collect so much stuff? Who knows? Right, so we've got this doesn't work. It's a JWR Model M2. It's supposed to be quite a good radio actually back in the day, which is why I got it from eBay. It was supposed to work, but I don't think it ever worked. Then we've got the Uniden 100, which as far as I can remember works. I wanted to start a collection of Uniden radios, so I got the 100. I've got the 200, which I ended up using in the bulldozer. Take that with me to work. I had that in the machine along with that little burner down there and one of them aerials. So it's very dusty, probably been shaken to bits, but I've got the 200. I've got the 300 base station down there, which was my first ever CB radio that I actually spoke to anybody with. £25 I paid for that back in 2012. It's a 1980s radio. So I wanted to start a collection. I got the 100, I got the 200, I got the 300, and then I got the 400. Bought that off of some Mr. Dave Murdoch. Anybody who's watching who's local to, knows where I am, would know the Murdoch. I bought it off of him. He bought it off somebody else who likes to fiddle with radios, and they've messed it up. But it works somewhat, and it just doesn't work particularly well. But it's quite a nice example. It's quite clean. I bought it off of him purely for the reason that it went on for my collection, a 100, a 200, a 300 and a 400. That's the only reason I bought that. But yeah, so I think what I'm going to do, not now, but in a couple of days, I think I'm going to clean all these up the best I can and see if I can sell them as a collection. I can't see anybody wanting to buy them as a collection, but I'm going to put them up as a collection, and if anybody wants me to split them, I think I probably will. But that's not right now at the moment. So don't go saying, I'll have that off you, because it ain't at the moment. I'm going to put them all in a box and move them somewhere else, and then one day I'll get to it. That burner up there, that stopped working one day, and I could never get it going again. I remember that much. Right, so I've just got these two things down. Obviously we know what's in here. This is a mini safe, HSBC. You get these from the bank when you're a kid, and I had one the same when I opened my bank account in, what was it, must have been, I don't know, 1990, I don't know how old I was, probably about 8 or so, when you have like a kid's bank account, 1998, somewhere around there, 1999. And I had one of these, but it was a bit different. It had the door, it had a lock, it was taller, and it had a door, it had a box at the top where you could put coins in, and they'd go in a little tray, little box you could pull out, and then it had a bit at the bottom where you could just put things in. It had a key as well, it had a key and the dial. This one doesn't. I don't know why. I probably bought this, you know what I'm like, I probably saw this at a boot sale or probably on eBay or somewhere. And I thought, a bit of nostalgia, few quid, let's get it. And it is inside, and it does work, and it's also brand new. So I think I'll probably just give that to my daughter. She's got enough money banks and pots and things, but she can play with that. That's that sorted out. I've got this Caterpillar box, some Caterpillar boots, and so I kept the box. I like boxes, and I don't know what's got inside it, so let's find out. Oh. So we've got some antenna switches, right? View there. What's this? A microphone? Ah, and we've got some matting. These are very handy for stopping radios. Bloody more patch leads, look. Jesus. Oh, that was missing the PO259 off that end. Another antenna switch. Got a power cable for a radio. Got a TTI radio. Does it work? I don't know if that works or what, but right, that's going to go in the for sale section. I'm making a little pile of stuff that's for sale that I'm going to literally sell right now. I'm making a little pile of stuff that I'm going to clean up as best I can to try and get top dollar for. That's where them Unidens are going to go in. That's the top dollar sale. I'm not going to sell them just yet. I'll clean them up first. This is just literally as it is. Just chuck it in the for sale. Try and get rid of it. Antenna switches, microphones, bits and bobs. Why I put them in this box, probably just to get rid of them. But there we go. Nice, let's move on. Right, I think I'm going to keep these on the shelf, so I'm not going to move them, but I'll show you anyway. We got, oh, what's underneath it? I'll have to move it to get whatever's underneath it. But, so we got, I bought this. I was trying to make like a, what's it called? A set. This is a mint condition speedy amplifier. Works, and I bought the meter to go with it as well, which works perfectly well. So that's where they are. I'm gonna actually, you know what I've got? I'm gonna box them up actually and take them somewhere. I've got a place where things get stored, and I'm gonna put them there, save them cluttering around my home. So I'm gonna take them there later on today. What else we got? We've got another radio there. Is there something behind it? What's this? Oh, all right. So we got the Superstar T747 microphone tester. Alright, I don't remember buying that, but there we go. I had no idea. Jesus Christ, why the hell did I buy that for? Trouble was, I was buying so many microphones to try and repair and sell on that I needed a bit of equipment probably to get them going again. I should imagine that's why I bought that. I have so many crazy ideas in my head because I want to be successful for my family, yeah? I want to be able to have make loads of money, give them everything they want, give the wife, she can go out and buy as many handbags and whatever else she wants to buy, you know, the kids can have everything they want. That's what I want, my goal. So I've got so many ideas for businesses to try and make some money, you know? A while back, I even partnered with a couple of friends. We opened up a car garage, yeah, repairing cars, with the idea of eventually selling them as well, you know, having a big business. Didn't work. I tried opening up a business repairing iPhones, iPads and laptops. I was building computers, building iPhones, rebuilding them, putting new screens and batteries in them and everything. It was alright, but didn't really take off. Didn't really have the money behind me to get it going, if that makes sense. You need money behind you, really. Even a little bit. And then I thought, well, let's do radios, you know. So I was buying microphones, I was buying CBs, amplifiers, repairing them and selling them on, but I couldn't get enough traction to actually make some decent money out of it. You know, I'd make money from selling it, but then I'd spend that money obviously buying more to repair, to sell again. But the trouble was I couldn't, you know, I don't know, I'm obviously a bad businessman because I couldn't make it work. Any good businessman will make a business work, but I'm not a good businessman. I'm just an ordinary, you know, person on the street. But yeah, everything that I've been doing is with the ultimate goal of being a successful person. But it doesn't really work out that way, so that's why I've got so much of this stuff. It's all a byproduct of trying to be a successful person. You end up being an unsuccessful person. But this is brand spanking new. I keep the boxes for absolutely everything. Everything I own, I keep the box for, because when you want to sell it, if you've got a box for it, it's just a lot better, presented a lot better, and it's just better. So I've got the box for this probably somewhere, so I'll put this back in the box and I'll get rid of this because I don't need it anymore. So that's going to go in the for sale section. Right, so I've got an old school 80s television radio up there and some bags for aerials. We've got a Subaru Impreza RC car that doesn't work. Sister-in-law gave that to me to repair, but I couldn't get it working. But I'm going to have another go at it because it's all fun and games. So that's going to stay there because it's going to be a future project. Those two are going to stay there for the time being. Look what I've found as well. Look, I've found these old books, radio and television laboratory manual. Edwin N. Bradley. So I suppose it just kind of tells you all about the radio and television. I wonder when it's old. You can see it's quite old. It smells lovely as well. It might have a date somewhere on here. There we go. First published 1949. Oh, lovely. Printed by, so it's in Hounslow, Middlesex. So it's printed in England. That's brilliant. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Look at that. It tells you all about radios and televisions. Because back then, you know, if you had a radio or a television and it happened to break, not that things broke often, I suppose, but you had to fix it yourself, you know. You had a good old go yourself. People actually done stuff themselves. People actually had a brain, and they worked things out themselves. But nowadays, obviously, people just go to a shop, pay some money, and you know, get somebody else to do it. This one is a radio communication, volume 1. I dare say someone probably give me these. The trouble is, when you're interested in something, and someone knows you're interested in something, and they have some stuff which is the subject you're interested in, you get loads of. They just give it to you. It's like if you, it's like if you like, I don't know, wheelbarrows. You like wheelbarrows. You got a bit of an interest in wheelbarrows. When your birthday comes around, everybody buys you a wheelbarrow, a mug with a wheelbarrow on it. You know, a calendar with wheelbarrows on it. That's how it is. People know that I was interested in radios, so they probably give me loads of radio. Oh look, date straight away. R.M. McRobb, January 1944, and there's a sticker on it. I'm assuming that's a latest sticker, someplace in West Germany. So I'm assuming this means that this person had this book in 1944. So that means the book is at least as old as 1944. It could be older than that, and that could just be when that R.M. McRobb acquired the book and decided to put January 1944 in it. Possibly. Oh, hello, look. Oh, bloody hell, look. First edition, 1923. Second edition, 25. All the way up to 13.9 for the 7th edition. We've got volume 1, but what edition? What edition we've got, I don't know, to tell you the truth. I don't know how you'd find out what edition. June 1939 it's got written here. So this is the 7th edition. If it's got 1939 in it, because obviously if it was the first edition, for example, 1923, you wouldn't have a piece written with 1939 in it, would it? Because 1939 hasn't yet happened. So this is the 7th edition of Radio Communications, 1939. Then we got this other one, look, Television Servicing Manual. So Edwin, so it's the same person as the other one. So again, back in whenever this particular book was. When was this book? West Germany Television Servicing Manual. London. First published August 1949, second edition September 1949, reprinted in February 1950. So this must be 1950s then, because if it was one of the upper two, it wouldn't have 1950 in it, would it? Because obviously they wouldn't know that they're going to reprint it in 1950. So There we go, another book on how to service your television in 1950. Lovely. This one, by the way, it does work, it's just the face doesn't like to stay on there. It's a marine radio, VHF marine radio for listening to marine. You can also, it's meant to be on a boat, you can obviously talk as well, but you need a boat licence and all that talk on that. So there we go, my friends. Little box there. I'm going to start packing this away and sorting it all out. I've got a little collection now. This is just the immediate collection that I've found immediately for packing it. I'm going to clean all these. Well, that don't need clean, that's brand spanking new. But I'm going to clean all these up and just sell them, put word of mouth around locally. Hopefully I'll be able to sell them without paying any fees to any websites, and if I have to, then I have to, but get rid of them, don't need them. That's the immediate collection. Once I've sorted everything else out and I've decided what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep, then I'll be going as well. So yeah, bit of a random one. I come out here this morning expecting to have a look at a strimmer and get a strimmer working properly, and I've ended up going through a shelf of treasures. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed it when you came along for the little ride, and I'll catch you on the next one. And have a wonderful day.